to the Circle of Grace 1. It is Monday, St. Patrick's Day evening, which is March 17th, 2014. Before we get started, this is the Circle of Grace 1. I want to welcome all of you that are tuning in right now. Greetings of divine grace and remembrance blessings. Let me start with an opening prayer, as I always do. Through divine power and by divine grace. May anyone who's watching tonight's program live or coming on here later in the archives, or maybe you might see the uploaded version on our YouTube channel, Circle of Grace 1, may you be blessed by whatever you hear here this evening. May it act as a seed of grace, a seed of divine grace, a seed of remembrance, for we are in the process of all waking up into a new us. And this is a glorious time now, even though it may appear to be difficult. Some people are having still financial struggles. Other people are struggling with their health, general health. Tonight's program, we hope to be able to hint or answer some of those things for you this evening to help you move into a higher state of awareness and a higher state of remembrance for yourself. For the Circle of Grace 1 is here to bless you in more ways than one. And this is a special spiritual and metaphysical ministry. It's perhaps the only one that I know of. I'm quite sure there are others where I am not out there proselytizing. I'm not here to ask for your donations, which is your money donations. I mean, those things can be done. But I'm here to seed into your life. I'm here to plant seeds of divine grace and remembrance. Plant seeds of self-empowerment. Plant seeds of self-creativity, and those kind of things that can help you move forward and see the value in your own life. Not just the value of life itself, the value that you offer to the world. And so I want to offer that as a prayer to you this evening. Amen, and so it is. May you be blessed. All right, I want to give you an announcement here before we move forward. The Circle of Grace 1 was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. Well, it gave birth to its very own spiritual and metaphysical institute on February the 7th, 2009, and that's called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance. I am the host, founder, the chief principal teacher, and bishop of both, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. And I want to welcome you here tonight. For those of you who may not know, and for those who do know, this is a reminder that we just have several more hours to go before our teleseminar pre-registration for Decree and It Shall Be, which will be done live as a teleseminar only. So it won't be a video, it won't be a webinar, it won't be a video conference program, but it will be a live teleseminar happening tomorrow, 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time on Tuesday, March the 18th, 2014. Decree and It Shall Be is a very popular one, so I do it at least once or twice a year. Last year, this time was just as intense. We had a lot of people online. When we first applied it in 2009 as a teleseminar, I think we had close to almost 200-300 people, and I did it as a live video streaming program, so people could come into it. And last year we did it for $45. This year I'm giving everyone a $30 discount. It's done for $15 for 90 minutes, and it's going to talk about the science and the art of prayers, affirmations, affirmative prayers, decrees, and then I'm going to offer some samples of each one of those. So everyone in attendance that is already pre-registered into it, being paid their $15 in full, will be joining me tomorrow night, and we'll all have a 10-digit phone number that we call into, and I have my access pin, and you'll get a special 6-digit access pin that you type in or punch in on your phone after you hear the automated voice that lets you know that you're right there and ready for the teleseminar. And again, all you have to do is call in within 5 minutes. That information is for those of you who are already pre-registered. Now it's past the mail time, so if you're still trying to get in, you better shoot an email out to me to iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at the end at When you send me that email, if you're still trying to get in, you have until 11:59 p.m. tonight Mountain Standard Time, which will be close to 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So you see, you can still get it in 3 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you get in on it at at 2 a.m. Eastern Standard Time, or you come into it at 1 a.m. paid, but you'd have to do it through PayPal. So if I don't have your payment in through PayPal by 11:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, which is 10:15 p.m. 10:15 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, or if you're coming in at 12:59 p.m. Central Standard Time, late, that's almost 1 a.m. in the morning Central Standard Time, or before 2 a.m. in the morning Eastern Standard Time, you can get it in anywhere in your time zones before it's up. You pay $15 right through PayPal, and PayPal is set up in a brand new way now. It makes it easier. You don't have to go throughout the entire website looking for how to pay. Now you can just click on the home page, and then you'll see something across the top that says if you want to send money to friends and family, if do you want to buy goods and services. And this is a service. It's a class, a teleseminar. So you click on there, and you just follow the simple instructions. You can pay through debit or debit card, any debit card, prepaid debit card that you might have, the funds for 15, or a credit card. Or if you have PayPal yourself, and when it says where to send to, all you have to do is type in on PayPal IAM dot circle of grace, IAM dot circle of grace with the number one at the end at yahoo.com as the seller, and that's myself. And your transaction will go through, and I will get an email. And all you have to do, if you're going that way through PayPal, just make sure in the block where they say it's coming from that you put your email address in there. Okay, that way I know it's coming from someone. I will get that email. I will then send you the call-in number that we all will be using, and those who pay to register will get a 6-digit access PIN number that you must use. And you'll call the number at approximately 5 minutes before kickoff time. This is not a toll-free number that you'll be calling. It's a 712 area code number. So it's not a toll-free number unless you're in that same time zone area code with it. But what you're going to do is you're going to call that number that I give you that starts with area code 712. You'll be able to get in. You'll have the PIN access code if you've paid and in advance. You'll be able to get it. I'll get that information out to everybody before 4 p.m. Now, we have a small group, so there's plenty of openings for you to tap into this show. We got rooms for tons of people, but right now I'm going to let you know we've got some Pacific Coast people already. We've got Mountain Standard Time people already. We also have Central Standard Time Zone people already, and we already have some Eastern Standard Time people already. So for those of you, for tomorrow night, if you live on the East Coast and you are already a paid registrant for this program, you're going to be calling in at about 7:55 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, because it's going to kick off for you at 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. If you're in the Central Time Zone, it's going to kick off at 7 p.m. Central Time Zone, so you're going to call in at 6:55 p.m. See how it works? Now, if you're in the Mountain Standard Time like I am, with Arizona and parts of Nevada there, and Colorado and Mexico, then for you, just like myself in Mountain Standard Time, you're going to call in. You're going to call in at 5:55 p.m. because it kicks off at 6 p.m. This is so that you can just kind of get into the queue, and I'll see all of your phone numbers listed, and we'll address most people when it's time for question and answer. If we don't have, let's say, if I have 25 or less people, I'll be able to open the lines all the way up, and we'll be able to interact. Now, some people may not say anything, so don't be surprised, okay? But we'll be able to be in, and I'll say hello to everybody in the beginning. I'll even offer a live prayer. Now, also at the same time, if it's more than 25, We want to be able to accommodate everybody, so not everybody will be uh, the rest of you will be muted out on your end. However, when it comes time for question and answer, I'll just be able to unmute each one of you and ask you, do you have a question? Now, when I do that, that means everyone else will hear your question and they'll hear the answer I give to the question. Then I will mute the person. I'll go right down the line to all the other people. So you'll be able to come in. You can say where you're from. You can just say your first name. You can say your nickname if you like. Okay? And then what's going to happen is before that show is over, before that teleseminar is out, I'm going to give live decrees. That's right, channel decrees from the Angel of Grace, from the Ascended Masters. It's going to be given to me, and I'm going to give them out live during the teleseminar. Now, one of the things I'm looking forward to do before the teleseminar is over is to give you the callback number. That's right, there's a 10-digit callback number. And what is that for? It will have a 3-digit or 4-digit access PIN code number that goes with that particular teleseminar. Now, why would I give that out? Because, first of all, sometimes you probably just want to listen and not take notes, so that later when you get the callback number, or I might send you the link to the callback, all right, to that particular recording, because it's a live conference, but I'm also going to be recording it right on the server for the site at the same time through the system. So there'll be an opportunity for me to download the link and send it out to each person. You'll get it as an MP3 audio file. That means you can click on it in your inbox on your laptop and you can save it. That's how beautiful this is. So for those of you that sign up, you just might get a chance to get that full link, that full audio link, and save it on your computer or your iPad or whatever your tablet, notebook, whatever you might have on your hard drive, and you'll have it forever, that you can replay it and listen to it over and over and over again. Now, if I send you the link like that, you'll be able to use the callback number at a later time, but may not be able to access it for too long. So I'll make up my mind as to which I'm going to do, so you'll have access. Some people, I give them access to 2 weeks so you can listen to it. Again, if we have close to 25 people, everybody can have access to that callback number for about 2 weeks. That's 25 hours a day for 2 weeks. You'll be able to call it back and play it immediately, and it'll come on for you. Just listen to the instructions and it'll play for you. If anybody is having any difficulty, just email me and say, Brother Francis, Revels-Bey, I tried to call back number, for some reason couldn't go through. So all you got to do is give me your email address. If I don't have it, give me your email address, and I'll do my best to send you the MP3 file link right through the internet for you. And again, you'll have it. You'll have it to listen to. How beautiful is that? You'll have it to listen to. Now, what may also happen in the future, I have a lot of other programs, teleseminars recorded in that site. And so sometimes I'll be able to take a clip, a snippet, a clip, and play a clip just to give you some feedback information. We'll do that at a later date. Okay, so for all of you, I want to thank you in advance when you come on live to that teleseminar tomorrow, Tuesday, March the 18th, 2014. I'm going to kick it off at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. It's a decree, and it shall be. All right? Now, tonight's program, something came to mind today, actually over the weekend. Yesterday was my 62nd birthday. I know I don't look like it. I probably got a little bit of gray hair up in here somewhere. But I don't look my age. A lot of people say I don't act my age either. Well, that's par for the course. I never did act my age. You know, even when I got older as a teenager, I was always acting much younger all the time. So, during the course of this 62nd year celebration on yesterday for my birthday, I was thinking about what would be a very interesting subject matter to talk about briefly this evening. This could be an hour show, or it might be a longer show. So you know what I did? It came to mind. It came to mind to me this one question, and I kind of flung it out into the ethers today. And I was walking around. It got to be about almost 7. Would be an interesting topic, and it came to mind what to talk about. And I was listening off and on to different conversations, not trying to eavesdrop or anything, but just listen to people how they phrase questions. And I remember something when I was having a discussion with someone, and they were helping me out. In my earlier years, about 20, 30 years ago, trying to help me become very motivated into doing this. So, I have the voice for it, I have the personality, which I didn't think I had the personality for it, to do this kind of stuff like this. Okay, and the question was, what are you waiting for? So my question for all of us is, what are we waiting for? That's the topic tonight. What are we waiting for? It's interesting. Just think about it. What, as an object or thing, are an action, a part of that action, what are, pertaining to what the what is, we, be it as spiritual light personalities and beings and soul essences, walking around here on earth, what are we waiting for? And now, when you wait, does that mean, are you seeking for some change? Not just pennies, coins, dollar bills, $5, $10, $20 bills, $100 bills, $500 bills, or $1,000 bills, or $1,000,000 bill? Are you seeking that kind of change? Are you wondering if you missed something? Now you wake up some days, you feel like, did I misplace my keys? Is there something important I need to do today? What is it? What am I missing? Is something feels a little off energetically? Did some large event, be it spiritual or otherwise, pass you unnoticed? That goes in hand, wondering if you missed out on something. Have you ever been someplace where, you're out for a walk and it just seems to be super quiet? Either everybody's indoors or nobody's home. You feel like you're missing out on something? Do you feel overly anxious, nervous? Do you feel anxious? That's where, from anxious to anxiety. You're feeling stressed about something. Or do you feel complacent? Like, I guess I'm okay. You're not feeling that get up and go, that pizzazzy kind of energy. Or you might feel bored, like there is nothing to do. You don't feel like staying home. You don't feel like watching TV. You don't feel like putting in a DVD to watch a movie or a CD to listen to some music. You don't feel like going online on the internet, whether you got a smartphone, an Android phone, a tablet, a netbook, got any of these other things, these worldly gadgets of high-priced technology, gadgets, but you have them, but there's something still missing. Do you feel confused? You feel like you just don't know where you're at? And when you get confused, you can get forgetful, because there's so much in your mind that's going on. Your mind is just racing, but you just don't know what else you could be doing. So you feel a little confused. You're not sure if you should go out. When you go out, you don't even feel like, well, what am I out here for? I don't feel anything. I don't feel any energy. Even when I'm seeing other people around driving, or getting off the bus, or I'm on the bus, or I'm in my car, just feel like nothing. Or you just feel quiet. Or you might feel angry about something and you don't know why you're angry. You feel emotionally down, and you feel mentally depressed. And depressed is nothing more than anger turned on the inside. So if you don't clear the anger you have on the inside, you will what? Implode. Not explode out on someone. You will explode on the inside. Implode. So, quite sure many of you out there watching right now has had some of these questions. You're not sure what's going on. You're not sure what's taking place. But you know that something is happening, but you're not sure what it is. So, how many of you have felt that? You're just not sure what's going on. You're not sure what to do. You're not sure where you're supposed to be. But you know you're supposed to be somewhere, but you just can't figure it out yet. So what do you think it is that you could be having this experience? So I'm going to take a moment while you think about it. It's about 5:59 p.m. Mountain Standard Time. And I want to type in greetings to anyone that tunes in to this program. Of divine grace and remembrance. And what I'm going to suggest, and leave the question right here in the chat room just in case people from Twitter and Facebook happen to pop on here. And tonight's program is what are you waiting for? Because this is something that is probably on the minds of many people as an experience. Like, what is it that we seem to be waiting for? It's very interesting. Why? Why would it be very interesting to have that kind of question rolling around on the inside of us? What are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? Well, since December 2012, and as far back as August 17th, 1987, we go all the way back. That's not even 20 years yet, but that's getting at a hint, right? That's what, 17 years ago, on August 17th, 1987, there was a group conference here in the United States, and it was called the Harmonic Convergence. That means like-minded people, beings, spiritual energy, people coming together, metaphysical people, shamans coming together to begin to align and attune themselves to the divine source of all that is. That means it didn't matter what path, spiritual, metaphysical, or religious path, or shamanic path, psychic path, positive cult path that you were on, everybody was coming together at that time to realize that there's something far greater than their individual ego self walking around on the planet. This is where people who had also experiences, the ET experiences, were also coming together and sharing their experiences, their individual experiences. Now, we also are aware that during this 17-year, I'm going to call it spiritual journey and walk, a lot of things have transpired. Even prior to that, there was a lot of people who were a part of various cults, and they got to be known as cults. They were being led by one person who felt that they were, the reincarnation of Jesus the Christ and others, and they gathered many people together. There were some who were definitely the ET walk-in on Earth, gathering sources of people together to experience the rapture. And I'm not going to mention any names other than that, but you can go online and look up the rapture, the experience of the raptures, and the different cults that were around back in the 70s. It's probably some further than that. There was a group of people that went down to Georgetown, Guyana, and you know, with a particular minister followed him and basically committed suicide, not knowing that, looking for the rapture. Some people were out on the West Coast, uh, staying in a commune and looking for the rapture, and they were given, I believe, cyanide, thinking that they were going into the rapture. And some people were upset because they missed it. They were maybe locked off the premises and weren't there, couldn't get in. That's perhaps, maybe now they're probably looking at it as their divine self, that spiritual divinity awareness self, caused them not to participate in that. Well, even in 2012, a lot of people leading up to 2012, the end of 2012, were out there telling people what? For the past 10 years leading up to the end of 2012, because people were aware of the Mayan calendar coming to an end. There was going to be a 1 day to a few days or a week where it was supposed to have been what? The planet turning topsy-turvy, right? And it was supposed to have been, some people were thinking maybe the East Coast falling off because of the weather changes, and we're seeing, as they call it, the polar vortex, the polar shift, which is happening all the time. This shift has been going on for billions and millions of years. It's nothing new, but people were caught up in the fact that some people were going to check out soon. Some people did. Well, some people were already going to check out because it was already in their, well, I'm going to say in their divine plan of their remembrance, that they may have checked out through unhealthy health conditions, heart attacks, strokes, or again, people, maybe got, in a part of their plan in a negative way that they left the earth, laid the physical body down and the soul was released. Others did it willfully. But back at the end of 2012, there was this big talk leading up to it 2 years prior that we were supposed to have 3 days of light, or actually 3 days of darkness and 3 days of light. And then everything back, and we were supposed to have been asleep, fall off because it would get so cold that the bodies would shut down, and then we were supposed to magically wake up. But the more awareness that came out on the planet, and we have to thank the millions and the hundreds of thousands of different spiritual leaders that had a like-mind energy that was putting out a lot of positive information to negate all that negativity of thinking that some people are going to drop dead, die, and carry on. And those people, we know who those people are. I don't even have to mention, you can look up tons of them. And they're still out there today. And they have a very positive following. And the unique thing is, they're not walking just on their own path. They're continuously linking up with these other like-minded people several times a year to get their messages out en masse to people. That, yes, there's a change coming. But guess what? The change has been embedded inside of each and every one of us. That's right. Each and every one of us. This is about what are you waiting for? Am I waiting for? Or what are you waiting for? Well, it's really about you can't wait on anybody else. It's still about self-improvement, self-motivation, self-empowerment. Getting yourself clear of all the negative thoughts, negative feelings, negative posturing, being egotistical, self-centered, thinking you're just the one, you're the only one that's got wisdom on the planet, you're the only one that's got the truth on the planet, when in reality is everybody's got the truth. Everybody, see, the truth is infinite. The truth cannot change or pass away. It's infinite. There's so many files of the truth. The truth is really consistent. The truth, we call it truth. Jesus said, the truth will set you free. Truth is light, the light that kicks on the inside. All that iridescent, psychokinetic, electromagnetic energy embedded in your cells, kicking forward that light that you can see in your auric field. Or as the late Edgar Cayce said, he coined the word aura. That's what he heard when he was deeply channeling. The word is aura, the energy around your body, the many different multiple layers of light emanating from your sympathetic nervous system on the inside of you, as well as encased on the outside of you. And every cell radiating this energy with all the different organs radiating this energy, and you're able to resonate with it. So, you're resonating with it. So if you can imagine that here you are moving forward, because you have to. You're seeking yourself. Every man, woman, and child, boy or girl, is seeking self, the light within the self. And that light is turning on every day. It's clicking on every day. So we know that there's many people that will come here when the time is right. They will come here and they will watch this live stream if they want to. They'll see the recorded version uploaded here in the archives, or they can walk all the way over to YouTube, type in Circle Grace 1 and catch it again. You'll either resonate with it or not. I'm just expressing some ideas. This is why the Circle of Grace 1 is a unique spiritual and metaphysical ministry. I'm just sharing ideas. I'm not telling you that you have to accept it. You can look into it for yourself and find out what resonates with you. See, sometimes I'm talking about numerology. Other times I'm talking about the principles of astrology. Other times I'm talking about the science called Christology, which is Christology, which goes into the science of crystals and gemstones, and dealing with tree energy, talking about the Tai Chi, the Dai Chi, or the Taoism, and the energy, how it moves with the earth and moves through your body. Many of you have watched my programs a lot. You can sit here and do Tai Chi motions with me and cause that Tai Chi motion to have something where you can work with that energy. In fact, I'm going to be working at a mini expo, a Mind, Body, Spirit mini expo by Divinity Within. Doing their second one. They did one last year, had a nice turnout. Doing it again this year, April the 5th, right out here on the west side in Albuquerque. I'm going to be talking about meditation as a personal tool of transformation and restoration, and give some demonstrations of intuitive readings, messages to the audience. And then later in the day, I'm going to get up and do some freestyle Tai Chi. And I'm going to show people how to do it to music that they hear, and how the energy is on the inside blossoms and flourishes through you. You can feel it. You can feel it literally in your hands and your fingertips tingling along your body. We're going to do that out here on the west side of Albuquerque on April the 5th. So if you're out here, tune in, and I'll put you into the person who's doing that so you can get all the information. All right, so it's what are we waiting for? That's the question. What are we waiting for? Let's meditate on that. Are we waiting or contemplate first? Are we meditating on a great change? See, what happens is we're in the midst of change all the time. Change is happening all the time to us, fellow brothers and sisters of the light. When I say that, I'm not talking about racial. I'm talking about divinity. Your divinity. We all share it. And we're all getting closer to understanding who we are. We are a spiritual, sentient being. That means we sense energy. We can filter energy flowing through us because we ourselves are energy forms of the light. We have an infinite flow. So therefore, we are our chakras. The chakras, the energy wheels that our sympathetic nervous system gives off, and all the different meridians running through the body, and all the nexus points where they all crisscross, is enlivened with energy, And that energy is doing what? Is helping us to sustain the physical body onto the earth, and yet you're feeling an internal change. Now, you're feeling this internal change that's going on that is doing what? It's affecting your health for the better. Instead of, we're feeling at times, yes, sluggish. There's numerous times I yawned all day today. Out walking, just yawning as I'm walking. As though I haven't had any sleep. But what's going on is that we are changing. Why? We're a part of the universe. We're a part of Mother Gaia. And everything in Mother Gaia changes. Be it in the belly of the earth, be it right at the core of the earth, where that molten lava is, or you're down in all those huge selenite rods that are bigger than the Empire State Building, bigger than the Sears Building underneath the earth. There are so many things. There's an acknowledgement of the ancient ones from the past and the future ancient ones in the future meeting you in the present. There's this remembrance of becoming a single eye, meaning having all the light turned on. Now, there have been some people out here too, and I know one of my good friends passed away in 2012. They were practicing a hybrid form of Kundalini Yoga. And sometimes when people step into Kundalini Yoga, and I'm not a Kundalini Yoga practitioner, but I've experienced with some people Kundalini Yoga who were now master teachers on some level. They're back there in New York City. There's some other people, and because they were practicing Kundalini Yoga, trying to raise up the Kundalini, but what was happening was there was the patterns in their body of dis-ease that were lying dormant in the body. And some of these teachers at that time experienced a breakdown, emotional breakdown. Some of them who never had an issue, as we could see at that time with mental illness, started to experience mental illness, bipolarism. My friend, way back then, she had a bout with cancer, and then it was kind of out of her system but laying dormant, and was practicing what I felt, and I remember telling her the type of meditation that the teacher was teaching her, and he was from the East, from India, teaching her this, was really a hybrid form of Kundalini Yoga, where everybody could take the energy in their body and flash it out. They could turn down the lights in the room and flash, you could see the radiation of it. Well, guess what? You can do that anyway. They have that now with Kirlian photography. You can put your hands on a plate, on a metal plate box. You can put your feet on the floor at the same time. You can project the feeling of white light, and when they take the picture, they can see the beautiful array of colors within your auric field, and they see the trail of white light flowing through. So you don't have to show off to someone that you can show this light so strong that people can see it. Because some people who have, a dis-ease pattern in a dormant mode in their body, like she did, made it come to life. And because that dormant disease of cancer now started running around like free radicals in her body, and her body wasted away in about 6 months, and she passed away a week after her birthday, a week after her 55th birthday. She had a full life, I believe, but again, prematurely transitioned. She didn't know she was transitioning that fast. So this is why a lot of Chinese, the Kung Fu masters of Qigong tell you, make sure if you're going to do these sciences, you're going to go that deep and really begin to manipulate that energy. Make sure you got somebody around you that understands the process, so that if you do trigger something, they can help you reverse it. This person wasn't able to help reverse anything, and this is what happened. So I put that out as a forewarning. Even when you are on this journey, as they call the dark night of the soul. This is when you're getting ready to have that rebirth. You're going to have many visitations coming through your own thought processes, things that you need to clear out of your system mentally, emotionally, physically, and spiritually. And this is why it's so difficult. It is not necessarily an easy path. No one's life is going to go untouched without any experiences that seem to trigger upsets in your life. No one. So no one can say my life is as smooth as a penny, is a shiny penny or a freshly paved road, because that's not true. Everyone who has this experience, stepping out and getting into that valley of the dark night of the soul, before they have that realization, before they have that spiritual divine light kick on forever, meaning waking them up forever where they don't look back. Before that happens, you're going to be releasing. And even when you first step in, and it's already proven, newborn children, right? Coming out of the mother's womb, they're stepping into some things that their soul has contracted with others. They contracted a certain mother personality, a certain father personality, certain sibling personalities. Maybe there was some animal personalities in the house. Maybe they lived in a beautiful neighborhood or a rundown neighborhood. They chose all of these things to what? To kick them forward. So what we're finding out is we're all living masters, you see. We're all born in a state of mastery. We just chose to play this holographic game here, which to some degree you don't want to manipulate it but so much. But billions of souls, trillions of souls have agreed to be here on earth in different ways, some walking along as light figures only, some walk-ins. You'd be walking around, doop, not even interested in anything spiritual. All of a sudden, bam, you wake up one day and you got this other force inside yourself. Or some people had theirs decided in their plan to trigger theirs falling off a ladder, off of a roof, and hitting their head and being in the hospital and then having their lights turned on, so to speak. Some choose to do it straight meditation, which is a tradition all unto itself. Chan or Zen. Chinese Chan meditation, Japanese Zen meditation. Same thing, sitting in silence several hours a day to get in touch with one's soul and find the purpose or the Dharma, which is the purpose of the soul. So, what are we waiting for? Are you waiting for someone, a messiah, to come to you, or a spiritual, metaphysical, or shamanic teacher, or occult teacher to come and click on the light for you? No. You have to click on your own light. So who are you really waiting for? Who are we really waiting for? We're waiting for the presence of our own divinity, for us to become more aware of it, to grow in awareness of it, and to have a direct remembrance and awareness of it, that we have done this before. We have been reincarnated numerous times and have done this before. So, what are we waiting for? Well, I can tell you one thing. We're not waiting to be more anxious, overly anxious. We're certainly not waiting, or hopefully we're not sitting around waiting and becoming more stressful emotionally and mentally. Stress creates a fracture through your auric field and an opening. If you fall and hurt yourself, you can create a stress fracture in your bones, like splints and things. You don't want that. You don't want to be in an auto accident, because an accident is really not an accident. You want to be called where one soul got into a mode of transportation. You all met at a certain corner head on, or sideswiped you, or hit you broadside. You don't want to wake up that way. You want to wake up consciously. Or maybe you want to have a series of dreams and you get the message in your dream and you wake up and you analyze it. Or you wake up in the dream and realize this is a vision that I'm having. This is a lucid dream. So now I'm wide awake in the dream state. I can figure it out, change it, and cause myself to remember everything that I've experienced. So when I wake up out of my sleep, I can just step out of the bed, go forward just like that. This is a time, just like any other time in our life, where we are beginning to pay attention, and we're beginning to become more alert, and we're beginning to place forth a clear intention into the universe, into our surroundings, so we can feel that, like a boomerang, the truth coming back to ourselves with the answer. All the answers are sitting on the inside. We just have to watch how we phrase the question. So I'm going to phrase the question again. And I'm going to take you into a short meditation. We're 40 minutes into this program. Another 20 minutes to go. I want to take you into a very short meditation. And I want you to realize the power of your deep breathing is going to go with this. And I might release an affirmation, an affirmative prayer perhaps. But utilize the meditation. This is a creative pathwork meditation. And it is called the same as tonight's show. What are you waiting for? Well, the subtitle then is, who are you becoming? You might ask yourself that. Who am I becoming? The key word is am I. Turn it around. I am. That's who you're becoming. You're becoming your own I am presence, and it's loud and clear. And people might tell you, well, that's an old paradigm. No, it's still brand new, because if it wasn't, we wouldn't be using those 3 letters every time we speak. If you say, well, I'm going out, I am going, well, who's going out? I am. I'm going to the store. Who's going out? I am. Where? To the store. I'm going to a concert. Who's going to the concert? I am. So you're still using I am. You didn't get rid of it. Didn't throw it away. I am is still present and is alive and well inside each and every one of us. And that's who's here right now. You're talking about this 5th dimensional consciousness. The 5th dimensional consciousness has brought the 4th dimensional, which is compassion, unconditional love, in line with grace, or divine grace, I call it, where you're not even the best of the best. And you're being blessed with divine grace. You're not even the best of the best yet. And divine grace is here. You're not even the best of the best. Resh. And you are already awakening and reawakening and finding yourself as a living master. So you don't have to wait till you ascend, till you pass physically and become the ascended master. You're already a master now. You're waking up to that fact that you are the I am right now. And it's important to what we place right after it. Many teachers talk about it all the time. So you want to be healthy? Say, I am healthy. You want to be strong? I am strong. I am purified. If you want to be clear, I am clear. You want to be smart? I am smart. You want to be strong on the inside? I am strong on the inside. I am strong on the inside. I am joyful. I am gratitude. I am grace. I am divine grace. I am divinity. I am the light of divinity. I am the light of divine grace. I am that which is the sea of consciousness. I carry the currency of divine light. I am inside. See? So let you meditate on this. And I'm going to throw out some keywords with the I am. I want you to inhale through the nose and exhale through the mouth about 3 or 4 times. Take a little sip of water here. I want you to relax through deep breathing. Sit up as straight as you can. Now, you know the spinal column has a slight curve in it, right? So you don't have to destroy that. Just find the zone that you can sit in and be comfortable. Even if it means to put a pillow in the lower part of your back against your chair. Or maybe you have this type of computer chair where you can lay back and really lay back. Or at an angle. I don't want you to fall asleep. Place the tongue to the roof of your mouth behind your 2 front teeth, on that ridge behind the 2 front teeth at the top. And this makes a full connection for the chi going up the back over the top of the spine and coming back down the center, connecting all the points, the solar lunar energy contact points on the head with underneath your ears, your throat, base of your throat connected with the base of your skull. In fact, if you realize from the tip of your middle finger to the tip of your thumb, you can connect all of these points, you know. From right behind your ear to the base of your skull, right around to your third eye, if you want, the temples to the third eye, from the temple back to the base of the skull. All these points connect. It's no accident, you know, that you have a body that is so well engineered and so well measured that you can use yourself to measure the various points and connections on your own body. How about that? How about that? You can make these connections. So now, just begin to now breathe through the nose only without pausing in between. When you get to the top of the inhalation, don't pause. When you get to the bottom, don't pause. Just let it be natural. And you know, the flow of your breath is like 4 seconds in, 4 seconds out. Making an even count in, you will relax your body. If you're inhaling to 6, exhale to 6. If you're inhaling to 8, which is slower, exhale to 8. For those of you who have good control over your breathing, inhale to the count of 12. But you got to exhale to the count of 12. But you're not going to pause on either end. Now, as you do this, you can sit with your eyes closed. Maybe you've got some crystals around. I have crystals all over. I'm just going to use a regular triangular shaped stone. Got this down in on my trip out to the Grand Canyon on the Arizona side. So hold this. It's like the fire triangle. It's right in front of me. I want you to experience your breath. I want you to have an experience right now with this meditation. Tonight's program was, what are you waiting for? You're waiting for you to arrive. You're waiting for the light to come on the inside of yourself. So the inner question is, who are you becoming? And if you already became, who are you becoming more of? The Spirit says, I am. Soul, you says, I am. I am becoming. Meaning, I am being and coming inside of you. I'm going to give you some decree-like phrases or some affirmations. Let's start with an affirmation first. As you meditate on the rhythm of your breathing, let it just get slower and deeper and gentle as you go into this. And here you go. I now affirm that I have arrived. I am just not becoming, I am being. I am. I affirm that I am being, I am. I affirm now that I am being, I am. I now affirm that I am becoming more of, I am. The divine, energetic light source that is infinite, I am. Infinite. I am. Infinite. I see and decree that I am infinite. I am infinitely strong, infinitely more light. I am infinitely divine. I am infinitely the expression of divine grace. I am in total awareness. I am in total remembrance of my divine self. I am an infinite resource. Not just a source, but a resource, meaning being able to come back infinitely and be aware that I am an integral part of the divine. I am. I see and decree that I am growing into full awareness and remembrance that I am a part of an infinite source of divinity. I am in harmony and peace with Mother Gaia. I am in harmony and peace in the awareness and the remembrance of my divinity, of solar consciousness, great central solar consciousness. I am. I am that beauty and that harmony and that peace. I am total understanding, infinite understanding. I am having a sense of infinite inner knowingness. I am healthy. I am strong. I am beautiful. I am a valuable light source. I am a prominent, infinite light source. I am connected to all that is one. I am. I see and decree. I am at peace. I am in a state of oneness. I am infinite. I am beautiful. I am powerful. I am in a state of remembrance. I am total purification. I am wealthy. I am prosperous. I am always prospering. I am always abundant. I am an abundance type of being. I am. I am pleased. I am. I am happy. I am. I am joyful. I am. Can you take it in now? Can you breathe it out? I am. And inhale. I am. Who are you? I am. Where are you? I am. When are you? I am. How are you? I am. What are you? I am. Why? I am. Just take a moment now. You're no longer waiting to become or be. You all have arrived. You are birthed already. You are regenerated already. You are revitalized. You are rejuvenated in the spirit that is infinitely known as I am. You have this God consciousness, the God in you, as I am. Nothing is impossible because what I am makes all things, breathing, infinite beings, possible, meaning possess the ability to recognize themselves as I am. So just take that now as a moment. Digest that in your consciousness of a higher awareness and remembrance of who you are. And that you have moved on. And this is not your ego talking. The ego has taken a back seat. This is your divine self talking. This is the side that can create self-healing on the spot. And not brag about it. You place yourself in alignment with your divine self. So you don't have to brag about it. You don't have to make someone else feel bad that they can't do it right now. What, you will help them do it, or if you got an issue, they will help you with your issue. Why, we're all one. We're getting ready. Amen. We're getting ready for 24 hours or less, stepping into that teleseminar tomorrow on Tuesday, March the 18th, 2014. It kicks off at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, the most popular teleseminar that I have, called Decree and It Shall Be. And many attendants will be on. We're going to have a blast. Those of you that are pre-registered, by 4 p.m. you will have the call-in number, and you'll have your registrants or attendees access PIN code, which is 6 digits. When you dial that 10-digit number, it will tell you where you're at, and it will ask you for your access PIN number, which is a 6-digit number. You just call in 5 minutes. 5 minutes before we get started. So it's 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, 7 p.m. Central Standard Time, 8 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Tomorrow, which is Tuesday tomorrow, March the 18th, 2014. I'm going to say the time zones. I'm kicking it off at 6 p.m. Mountain Standard Time, Tuesday, March the 18th. For those of you on the East Coast, it's 8 p.m. If you're in the Central Time Zone, it's 7 p.m. If you're way out there on the Pacific Coast, it'll be 5 p.m. for you. Decree and it shall be. Well, we've got another less than 8 minutes to go. So if you want to be in touch with me, even with a question about any of my programs, maybe you have a comment you want to make, you can send me a private email to IAM, the letters lowercase, IAM dot circle of grace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com. That's IAM dot circle of grace with the number 1 at the end at yahoo.com. Or maybe you have Gmail, then email me at IAM dot circle of grace with the number 1 at the end at gmail.com. So you got Yahoo or Gmail. They're both IAM dot circle of grace 1 at yahoo.com or IAM dot circle of grace 1 at gmail.com. If you have Skype, you can look me up on Skype. You can call my Skype phone number, 973-685-5978. Look me up as Brother Francis Revels-Bey and say, I heard your program and can we connect? Can we connect there in the contact list, and then I'll absorb you in my contact list and we can connect. But just call that number, 973-685-5978. My other number, 505, is down right now. It's 505-717-4722, so you might not be able to leave a message right there. In a week or two, we'll get that back up and running again. But right now, you can definitely call 973-685-5978. Well, this was a very interesting program. I hope you had a wonderful time watching it and getting some quality information out of it. May it bless you. It was a beautiful program. For anybody, it was, what are you waiting for? You don't have to have any more anxiety about waiting. You don't have to be confused anymore. You don't have to be walking around in the doldrums, bored or complacent anymore. Now you know what you're waiting for is yourself to wake up. We're waiting for ourselves to wake up and take a step of self-empowerment, self-value, also to improve upon who we are in our consciousness, that is spiritually, metaphysically, emotionally, mentally, and physically. It's all about change. We're waiting for a change, but we're the ones that initiate the change with ourselves. We can't tell other people to do it. We have to become the living change, the living example of that change. So if you want a better world, you got to make your world better. You want a cleaner place in the world, you got to make your place cleaner. You want to declutter the world, declutter your area. We all have to do it. You want everyone around you to be healthy, you work on the health yourself. And know this, even though you've worked on yourself and you're radiating this, not everybody is going to feel like they're resonating with you, and that's all right, because everybody comes across this at their own pace. But one thing for sure, Mother Gaia, Papa Universe, Grandpapa Universe aren't waiting on us to wake up. It's moving forward. The universe is always in motion, constantly, infinitely in motion. It's not waiting for us to awaken, you see. The universe has a job. It has its own job. It's a universal job. It's a cosmic job. Billions of years of change. Billions of years. Higher peaks, lower peaks, valleys, peaks happening all the time. We just have to get in sync with it, align ourselves, attune with it. How the best way to do that? Through meditation or exercise. You get out there and exercise and clear and pump up your body enough with enough chi in there, you could feel the flow of the universe flowing through you. You could ride in the current of that energy. So I'm getting ready to sign off. 55, 56 minutes into tonight's program. We want to keep this short. What are you waiting for? What are we waiting for? We're waiting for ourselves to become, to be more of what we're seeking and looking for. You're looking for unconditional love, you take on the consciousness of it yourself and make it unconditional with you. Looking for gratitude outside yourself, it starts within. Looking for love, it starts within. Looking for prosperity and abundance, it starts within you. Then you'll see it outside yourself because you're making yourself more magnetic and more electrical, radiating in magnetism, and then you start seeing and experiencing the good times, the good opportunities, and the good people. Well, the Circle of Grace One was founded on July 2nd, 1999 AD, under the aegis and the anointing of the Angel of Grace through divine providence. It gave birth to its very own spiritual and metaphysical institute called the Circle of Divine Grace and Remembrance on February the 7th, 2009. Well, I am the host of both, the founder of both, chief principal teacher and bishop of both, Brother Francis E. Revels-Bey. Thank you for coming on. We got a little started. We came on about 5:38 p.m. Nonetheless, we got the show out. It seems like we don't have a set time. It's supposed to be 5, sometimes 6. All right, but we're here every Monday. We do our best unless there's a different event going on. But I'm here usually every Monday, Mountain Standard Time, 5 or 6 p.m. with a live show right here at Ustream. Now, within an hour, a copy of this show will be uploaded into my YouTube channel called Circle of Grace 1. So within an hour, you can go to Circle of Grace 1 over at YouTube and see this very same program copy right there. Thank you for being a part of this, being supportive and watching these shows, especially if you're on YouTube. If you have a YouTube channel, you can subscribe to my Circle Grace 1 channel and make some comments or ask some questions. Or again, if you want to do a private question and answer, just email me at either iam.circleofgrace with the number 1 at yahoo.com or iam.circlegrace1@gmail.com. And you can also use Bishop Francis, BISHOPFRANCIS as one word, at circleofgrace1.net. Now, many people may have tried to upload or tried to go through to make a payment for tomorrow's show. And there were some technicalities there on that website, circleofgrace1.net. So I apologize if you had any difficulty, but you can go straight to PayPal now. Can't receive any checks right now. Go straight to PayPal and say that you want to send $15 to iam.circlegrace1@yahoo.com through your PayPal account or through debit or a credit card. You'll be in the system and I'll receive it. Be sure to give your email address, and also if you want, email me to inform you that you made a payment so I can get your email. When your payment goes through and I see and put your first and last name there in the email, I'll be able to send you the 10-digit call-in number and your 6-digit access participants number, so that tomorrow you just sign in with those numbers 5 minutes before the show kicks off. And I'll be doing it tomorrow at 6 p.m. at teleseminar live. Decree and it shall be an audio teleseminar. Well, until next time, remember, the divine grace is a blessing as we are alive and well in the age of remembrance. See you next time. Thank you so much.